Hey, hey everyone, this is One Spittin' 360, and I present to you the champions of the first U.S. National Masters, the Northeast region. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So so guys, I wanted to give you an opportunity just to revel in the glory of your victory, and I should start off by saying it wasn't a narrow margin win. This was a serious butt whooping of the rest of the regions. I want to say that so that you don't have to say that. You're welcome to say that.
Well, the only thing I'm going to add is the fact that I'm sure that Alex is going to put all the facts online as far as the number of Northeast wins not against Northeast people and losses against Northeast people, which is a big fan of much smaller.
This is what happens when you don't do any work at your job. So you have time to do that.
Yeah, exactly. He's an expert.
A lot of guys
think
more about Warhammer than do their actual job.
Or life.
So tell me your overall impressions. It can be about anything. Tell us about the Masters. Tell us about your experience in it, and you know, popcorn through it. Meaning, whoever wants to speak.
All right, I'm going to start because no one's talking about it. Here we go.
We felt
this venue is great. This is an awesome place. The store guys were really nice for everything. They could have dealt with refilling their beer taps a little earlier so they're not completely kicked by Sunday at 5. But otherwise, it was a good experience. I think everyone's probably going to agree with that.
Especially about the keg.
Not a lot, but
there's enough. Yeah.
The running of it was very smooth. Smooth run GT for all intents and purposes. No hiccups, no redos, everything was pretty clear.
Jerry did a great job.
Jerry did a great job. Rules judges were awesome every time. 3 that I called them. And yeah, this was great. I can't wait till next year where we get to go. What do we have? 6 out of the best 10. So
7
out of the best 10. So next year we'll go for 8 out of the best 10.
It was
you gotta have a goal. You gotta have a goal.
It was a ton of fun. It was really amazing to play. People from around the country finally get together, not talk on forums, just interact, socialize. It was good.
My favorite part was the people on the forums who sound like the biggest idiots.
Who's this nice guy?
We're the nicest guys. They're the guys who are the most fun to hang out with.
Us included.
Yes.
Ira Knight was awesome. He was an awesome guy.
And Montague. Montague was so awesome.
Yeah. He's even fun to look at.
Yeah,
Big One did not give me a taco, so...
No, but yeah, that was the best part, was meeting the guys from the other regions who you think you hate because of their online personas, but then actually playing with them.
Because you get so detached,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Online is about you're bored at work and you want to fuck with someone, so you say something controversial.
All your boss,
we all understand.
All your boss angst goes to the people on the floor.
It'll be a lot different talking to them from now on.
Yeah.
The tone will change.
We'll be the same. Not everyone will laugh about it.
Right. No one will get actually angry, hopefully.
Seeing different play styles also, like seeing how different regions play.
Like pushing forward.
I've never seen someone turn into a mountain Chimera. That was a first.
Yeah, that's cool. That was good.
He obviously doesn't watch One Spittin's channel. I'm just saying.
No, but seriously, the community aspect was definitely the most fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. And that's kind of the best part of the game. Is
and we're going to hang out
with you play with, and the people to go hang out with. Yeah. You know, we ran into that at Bragging Rights last year, where a bunch of West Coast guys that we had a bunch of, not really friction, but there was some back and forth on forums, and we're better than you, you're better than us, CTC shit. It was just, we got together and we just started drinking like fiends, and it was a blast. Yes.
Josh came out, and,
people take comp to be like personality, like which way you side on comp and why you like some rules and others, and it's just like it's like sports fandom where people get to the nitty gritty of the shit that doesn't count. Because when it comes to stepping across the table, if it's a good guy you're playing, it's usually perfectly fine, pleasurable, and it can be an amazing game. And frankly, it's a dice game, so it really doesn't matter as long as you come to the table with the right attitude. So it was really great to see that most of the people we played were awesome guys and just played the game for the exact same fucking reasons we do.
And the more we mingle, the better for everybody.
Right?
Yeah. I want to play more of these guys. I want to play the same guys again and again.
I love
more
it.
fun every game.
Yeah,
Definitely.
hate playing within the region so often. You go to GTs and you have, 50,
Half of our
60,
games.
even 100 people. You end up getting to the same group at the relative level every time, and you rarely meet new people. Whereas here, it was, yesterday for me, it was 3 games of people. Well, I played 2 of them at Bragging Rights last year, but otherwise it's been, but it was very nice to play them again. And meet a lot of the other people.
It is really cool though, like to see all the other regional teams that came out to Bragging Rights, to see them again at this,
Yeah.
develop friendships that you only see at like these inter-regional events.
2 events
Yeah,
per year.
exactly. So that it's cool to see those guys and just see how they're doing, what they've come up with in their lists and things like that. So just the community is always the best. It's pretty cool.
Okay, let me ask for whomever hasn't really spoken much yet. I want to give you some time because I know because personality-wise, some people speak more than others. So who hasn't spoken much yet? I'm going to give you some airtime.
Travis. What am I supposed to talk about? Can I get a question?
It's all Travis and Jake, right?
What do you?
We were told to say all positive things, so just say something.
That's why I've been so quiet.
This is what we'll let Larry start, and we'll comment on what Larry says.
I mean,
make it easy.
It was a great
Tell
event.
us your feelings.
I have feelings. No, it was a great event. I mean, everyone hit the nail on the head. It's great to see people. There were no issues with the judging. I think that was great. Jerry did a great job. Everyone said it, but it's true. He thinks he's a model, but otherwise, there you go. No, I'm just kidding. You are beautiful. But it was a good event. I mean, it was great. I'm happy everyone got together. We didn't get to hang out with everyone. We saw some people, but you're tired after the first day and all the travel. And I mean, half the people split already. But we did get to meet Midwest guys, guys from Texas that we've never met. And I think it was just a really fun weekend, and it was competitive. So that's all you could ask for.
Okay, Travis, say something.
I think everyone else is pretty much right. This was a lot of fun. I think everyone who came here this year is definitely going to come again next year, assuming they qualify from every region. I know we all will, but definitely everyone else will. This was great. Mad props to Jerry for getting this all together because it wouldn't have happened otherwise. And yeah, it's good for the scene too. Like it's great for everyone to get together. And play from out of regions because there's a bunch of people here that I would never play otherwise.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else who hasn't spoken much yet? Here's your time.
Jake, we're looking
Do you
at
have any other questions?
other Pink Dark Star guy.
Jake.
Go ahead, ask us some questions. I'm glad Larry didn't get lynched.
I'm glad Larry didn't get wait.
We were a little worried about that.
Where do you see or where do you like to see the Masters in 5 years? How do you see this evolving?
I'd like to keep the amount of players there relatively small. I don't want it to be a 100-person event because at that point it becomes kind of like, oh, I got lucky and won. I played against 4 people who, maybe weren't that good or just didn't have a good matchup, and that's kind of rough.
The counter to that would be if you do a 6th round, you could expand. I think that would work. You don't want to get to a point where the field is so diluted that potentially there's matchups or, not everyone is on even footing or there's no chance for people to catch up. And if you go to 70, 80 rounds or 80 people with only 5 rounds, I think that's a real concern. It happens at GTs.
Yep.
You have multiple people that could be basically undefeated and, then you don't have a true master. And I think it is right. You want to keep it special. And if you overexpand, you're gonna run against that. So I would keep it in the 50 to 70 range max, hopefully 60 this year.
I think 6 rounds is a great idea, though. I know a lot of tournaments overseas, England in particular, almost always does 6 rounds. It's rough, but you gotta man up and play Warhammer. It's a little tough.
You gotta man up and play a game.
You got to nerd up.
Nerd up.
One thing I would like to see within 5 years is some sort of our own comp system that's done, something that's kind of unique and not just pulled from a foreign. Here's what the Swedes do, and we're gonna make it 800 instead of 600 as a cap. Something that has some sort of limitation on it that we've developed in states, because
American logic.
Yeah, well, no, the way the guys in Europe play is a little different than we usually play in the U.S. and certainly outside of the Northeast, who has a little more exposure to. And that way, I can't just 6 die a spell and then roll a 6 and roll another 6 and end up on table 1 again.
So, you remember when you just said
Go back to 2 games ago on the Twitch feed and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Like this was an introduction for most people to Swedish comp, I think, and so this is where everybody got their dipped their toe in the water, started to understand. Oh shit! This is like playing within restrictions is much more. It adds a lot of interest. I thought it was really interesting to see what people came up with. I think a bandwidth range is perfectly fine because frankly, everybody wound up there anyway. So you eliminate the aberrations where, okay, so 0 is playing 17. I don't know if that happened, but...
It happened to me.
I
was 16 and I played a 0.
But you eliminate stuff like that where the victory point margin doesn't really mean anything. It's just a smoke show. And because you forgot that you had flaming.
No, not that. That one was like a 10.
Oh, that was not... Okay. Anyway, I think that's a really good idea. I think adding a 6th round, if you make it flexible on the Friday, like show up, play a game,
Friday night games.
play 6 turns and submit the results, that would be good because that's the prequel. Everybody should know their opponent's list. So you submit that, and then you have 5 games throughout the weekend. I also think more regional immunity, so you don't fly in and play the same players. Because
that was a Northeast downfall.
Frankly, we neutralized each other.
It's
like,
true.
Like the South with, incestuous. No, I'm just kidding.
We can neutralize it.
I played 2 Northeast, you played 3 Northeast, you played 2.
Well, I mean, at the end of the
you
day,
played 2.
it's not a team thing. I mean, we like to talk about how it's.
But I mean,
It's not a team.
But it's
Yeah.
really
it's not a team thing, but at the end of the day,
I don't want to play you, asshole.
I don't want to fly to North Carolina to play you.
But also,
Exactly.
you got here by going to GTs that we all go to
play
and
each other.
beat each other at.
Right.
So how should it be?
There's a happy median that we don't know.
I would love to see that. Call it, so whatever. If it's 6 games, you have Friday night immunity to your own region, Saturday immunity to your own region, Sunday
you
duke it out. Or if it's 5 games, it's 3 games that are immunity to your own region.
I would say
so 3 people you probably don't play often. You get to play a game against, and that's the best part of it. Is you get to, like you said, the community piece of it is a big component. So when you get that community piece plus not playing the people you came with, so you have that kind of regional bump, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to phrase it as.
Buffer.
Yeah, well, for us, it's a buffer. For everyone else, it's a bump.
Might not be the right word.
That might be.
You son of a bitch.
I'd say 3 rounds is...
But then Sunday, you duke it out with your own region, just like we did.
3 rounds out of 5 or 4 out of 6 would be fair. I mean, we pushed for that. I know there was blowback, but I think after everyone saw how this went down, I mean, what's the point of flying like everyone said? You play these guys all the time. We had to beat each other to get here. So,
California guys too. They had to play each other too.
I do have to say that seeing the process come together, though, this was a really good middle ground compared to what some people wanted in some regions, what they're used to playing, what we're used to playing. It was really pretty smack in the middle, even as far as terrain. Like, everything was argued through the roof, and everybody seemed kind of satisfied at the end of the weekend. So that's a real accomplishment when you take 50 players from around the country, assholes of all varieties, and you get them together.
All right, so let me.
I'd like to note that Jerry just pointed at Larry.
Did anyone else point at Josh?
So I want to end this on kind of a positive note. Tell me one person you met that you're really glad that you met.
Montague was on. I stole my answer.
Mark Cox. From Texas,
Mark
the man.
Rice, cool guy. Wanted to meet this.
He didn't show up, I heard.
I didn't see Rice anywhere.
I like to say Chris Casper. He was my last round game, and he was great.
Ivan was cool from
Ivan actually was
Northern
from
California. You played him all.
From LD2, I played Ivan. It was a great game. And actually, my opponent, Julian, we had one thing. He's from Texas. We had one issue, but it was a tense moment in the game. We worked it out. He was great about it. It ended up being really bad for him in the end, but he took it like a champ. We had a great game. He gave me the Lone Star flag, so he was cool, and he was French, so A+.
Ruins Bruins. Awesome.
He's an awesome
He
guy.
deserves every best sports he gets. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Who
I
has
think it's a sports robot.
Must win best
Oh, I've heard
sports.
Big Juan was cool to meet. You know, he was awesome. He was
No
wicked fun on Friday night.
I love the California guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, and Sirius probably Big One is the.
He didn't bring any tacos.
I've met two of my opponents before. I mean, Meal was very nice. It was great. Big One was somebody who we had a blast Friday night because we're drunken idiots, so it worked out well.
Cool. Well, congratulations again, and thanks. That was fun.
Thanks.
Great. Awesome. Thanks.